How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about SOS and EBON. I know it's been a little bit, of course, but I got to give you guys an update. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis. Yes, I'm getting a lot of it. Dre, have you seen them pulling back? Of course I see them pull back. I watch these stocks every single day. But there's some things that I want to point out to you, and I find you'll see a lot of value in this, especially if you want to get into a position or add more and so forth. Secondly, then we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. This is very key. We want to know, what is the overall market sentiment? Is it positive? Is it negative? Are there a lot of short sellers still continuing to be in this play? We want to know this because this will have an impact on the volatility and as well as the overall price action. Then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts as well as some more key details. So let's get into it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SOS. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.34, being down 1.76%. On the low, it tested $3.30, and then on the high, testing $3.42. So first and foremost, you want to see how is it lining up with our indicators. So you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 41. So yes, it is in that oversold territory. Not to that 30 range as of yet, but it is still oversold. As far as being overbought, it is far from it. Now, taking into consideration how is it lining up with their indicators, we're seeing that it is below the 100-day, it is also below the 21-day EMA, and it's also below the 200-day. So it's looking fairly bearish for the SOS stock. But one thing that we could see here, it is still hanging on an area of support. So we already know as far as this $3 area is a strong area of support for SOS. If it did decide to pull back even further, then we could see it can go as far as $2.75. And this is where I look at an opportunity where you can load up, especially if we start seeing that momentum coming back into the crypto sector. SOS can really benefit from this. You can see we were above that $4 level, but of course we have some selling pressure and some resistance right here around $4.33. As I was telling you guys before, I wanted to see before the end of the month SOS get comfortable above that $4 range. But again, what's going down inside of crypto and it's having its pullback, of course it's having an impact, so that's interrupting the goals that we have set out for SOS for the end of the month. But taking all of this into consideration, as far as the pullback we have, these are opportunities to add if you haven't had the chance already. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on for today. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for SOS. So as you can see, the short volume ratio is at 20%. So what does this look like? Out of 6.5 million shares that were traded, 1.3 million of these shares were actually sold short, and this, of course, this is taken to close as of Friday. We take a look at the short shares availability. It is at 2 million, updated 9 minutes ago, and the short borrow free rate is at 9.08%. And now, if we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see from the 24th, it was at 16.91, and now being at 19.92, which was 20% when you round up. So shorts are still vested heavily in SOS. So we got to look forward to seeing some more volatility, but as you guys have been noticing already, SOS does move alongside with Bitcoin. So there are a lot of variables here, so I want to make sure you understand that and you are aware, but I'm still bullish regardless. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for EBON. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $3.09, being down 1.90% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.06, and then on the high, testing $3.21. So first and foremost, you want to see how is it lining up with our indicators. We're using the 1-year daily chart. As we take a look at the RSI down below, it is right around 41, so it is in that oversold territory. So keeping this in mind, it has been looking fairly bearish for EBON, but it is hanging on an area of support. So that is one thing I want you guys to keep in mind here. So this $3 level, I want to see continue to hold up. If it does decide to pull back, then I'll be looking forward to seeing it get down to $2.93. And if it pulls back further, that's when I'll be buying even some more shares. Because as we know, when we get more momentum coming back into the cryptocurrency space, EBON will be getting to this area of $4. Of course, there is resistance here. As you can see, we get met with some selling pressure. But like I said, with more buying volume, we can easily get past this and then get to levels where we can get to around 456, and where I'll be looking for a strong movement so we can test into that $5 level. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for EBON. We can see the short volume ratio is at 16%. When we put this in perspective, out of 3.1 million shares that were traded on Friday, 406,971 of these shares were actually sold short. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 2.8 million, updated 12 minutes ago, and the short ball free rate is at 1.96%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, though, we can see here back on the 24th, it was at 10.99. We'll just call that 11%. But you can see here on June the 25th, it creeped up, being at 16.02%. So shorts have been going even heavier inside of EBON. So this is something to look forward to, because it does present a lot of volatility, especially going forward. But we've been used to this, especially if you've been in this play for as long as I have. So taking all of this into consideration, and we do know it is affected by what goes down inside of the crypto space. When there's dips and that opportunity presents itself, this is usually where I get into option plays, and then I ride the run up. You got to know the support areas as well as the resistance areas to actually maximize this strategy. So for my final thoughts for SOS and EBON, if you're not prepared for the volatility, then do not be in these plays. I have to really repeat this. When I get those messages and people tell me, oh my gosh, it's pulling back, oh, I'm thinking I need to get out, you need to have a game plan. That's the reason why you're panicking. You also need to have high conviction. We have seen there is a pullback in the overall crypto sector. Even before I put this video together, I saw Bitcoin was at 31K. So you need to understand this is going to have an impact on these stocks. Also, when we take a look at the short interest information, we can see it's at 20% and as well as 16% respectively between the two. So 20% being for SOS, 16% being for EBON. So of course, there's going to continue to be some more volatilities, but we do see opportunities when it comes to trading off the fluctuations. You could do this with shares, and you also could do this with options as well. But just understanding this, if you're looking at it from a long-term view, or you're looking for a really solid swing trade, there's some opportunities here. We already know there's an area of support right around $3, and if it goes below $3, that is an area where you can load up, especially if you do believe in the long-term prospects. If you do not, then don't do this. Take your money somewhere else and look for another opportunity. I want to make sure I emphasize this. On this channel, we take advantage of this. We do this through shares, we do this through options, we play these run-ups, and we take advantage of the momentum when it comes through. So that makes me want to add it in. We have a private group, right? And this private group is focused on helping traders, helping investors make money inside of the stock market. If you'd like to join, the link is inside the description. Like I said, I'm also going to be making sure to keep you guys updated. I'm in plays almost every single day, giving market updates and telling people about opportunities when they come. So if this is of interest to you, then I highly suggest you come by, check us out, join the family. We'll be happy to have you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.